Theoretically, you should be able to skip past this video and still be pretty successful in life. However, I wanted to show you guys just a few clips that I shot earlier today actually, and it's nothing crazy. It's like nothing monumental by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. However, when I shot these clips, obviously, of my family just messing around at home, I had zero intention on posting this up anywhere. But taking into consideration what profile I shot this in, what camera I shot it on, and what lens I shot on the camera prompted me to make this video promptly. So no big surprise if you've been tuned into this channel, GH4. However, all of this footage that you're seeing was shot on the nifty 50 Canon 1.8 and not the good one. Like, this is the good one. So if you guys know anything about Canon lenses, you know that this STM lens is probably the better lens to shoot. It has better color, better contrast. It doesn't have as many like of that weird flaring that goes on in the old nifty 50. Nevertheless, that lens really isn't that good. It's good for a beginner, like if you're just starting out, or just for shooting stuff like this. This was shot on a focal reducer, the Viltrox. I believe it's the 0.071. All of this footage that you're seeing was shot in neutral, natural, whatever it's called, with none of the settings altered, straight out of camera. Also, to caveat what I just said, none of the settings were changed. I'm talking about as far as contrast, saturation, sharpness, noise, all of those settings that you can change, all of them were set to 0 on all this footage that you're seeing. In addition to that, none of this footage is altered. I took all of these clips straight out of the camera into Davinci Resolve. I didn't even cut them together. I just drug all of the clips in one clump, put them in the timeline, and rendered it out. And this is what it looked like. Now, I'm not like terribly surprised because I remember shooting on the A7 III in neutral and getting similar results. However, the A7 III is a relatively newer camera compared to the GH4, and the color science supposedly on the GH4 isn't that good as well. Shooting in this footage here on the GH4 in neutral, the skin tones are on point. It's not overly sharpened, and surprisingly, it's not overly contrasty either. Now, when I say leave a comment about what you think about this footage, I'm not just saying that to just jumpstart the algorithm so I can get 1 million views on this video. I literally would like to know if you are in fact a GH4 shooter or a GH5 shooter for that matter. What do you think about how this what do you think about this footage, bro? Like, this is crazy. So forget leaving a like, forget leaving a comment for me to get more views. What do you think about this footage? And I guess what I ultimately mean by that is, can I just shoot pro stuff like my paid work using neutral on the GH4 7-year-old camera? Obviously, if you're anything like me, you like using vlog, you want the extra dynamic range. There is one shot within these test clips here where I do have the bright window in the background, and it seems to be handling that dynamic range pretty well from what I can tell. In any regards, I'm probably going to be doing some more testing just using neutral. I've shot it before, obviously, but I never took it as seriously as I'm taking it now, and maybe you haven't either. Anyways, thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos.